What's going on, guys? So welcome to today's stream. So today we're going to be talking about Winter Storm Harper, the ice threat, and there's also a severe side and some of the snow reports, or some of the areas that are already getting the snow. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about today. I'm going to try to make this a pretty long stream, hopefully. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I know where I am. We're getting 4 to 7 inches of snow. Hello. Where I am, we're getting 4 to 7 inches of snow and then a quarter to a half inch of ice. So, yeah. So here's the National Weather Service watches and warnings. Tornado watch for much of central southern Alabama and for eastern Mississippi and a little part of western panhandle of Florida. We also have a tornado warning in Mississippi. There was also a tornado warning that just expired about 5-7 minutes ago that included the city of Tuscaloosa in Alabama. So we have a swath of winter storm warnings with winter weather advisories that extend from Oklahoma all the way up into Boston. So yeah, we also have a large swath of wind advisories. So we'll click on the New England area, and then we'll go and check some areas in the Midwest. So we have a coastal flood advisory in the light lime green color. We have a coastal flood warning in the dark green color. That does include Boston. Winter weather advisories in the purple. That includes Hartford, Waterbury, Willimantic, Putnam. I'm pretty sure this includes Boston, Norwood, Plymouth. I'm pretty sure you're included in that. And Newport. So, and then these winter storm warnings, that includes Springfield, Fitchburg, Greenfield, and all up into northern New England. And up northern New England, that's where you can see the most snow, possibly up to 36 inches of snow. So, yeah, we'll take a look at some of the winter weather. And I just want to give a shout out to the National Weather Service. They're working without pay due to the shutdown. So, yeah. Alright, so the snowfall here. Alright, so here's the snowfall map. We have 4 to 6 inches in this blue shading. We'll go here to the range. 4 to 6 inches for Hartford. Or I'll just get this up like that, actually. Alright, so here's the forecasts and stuff. Alright. It was a little blurry. I'm watching it on my phone right now. It's a little blurry, I don't know why. But here, it's not blurred that bad anymore. Alright, so 4 to 6 inches. Windsor Locks, Hartford, Boston, Foxborough, Worcester for 6 to 8 inches, Fitchburg 8 to 12, Greenfield 8 to 12, Charleston, Rhode Island 1 to 2, Nantucket, Block Island, and Oak Bluff less than an inch, and even out towards the Cape 2 to 3 inches in Provincetown. So that's the expected snowfall. What could be the high end, you ask? Well, here's the high end. 7 inches in Hartford, 8 inches in Boston, still less than an inch in Nantucket, 3 inches in Provincetown, 6 inches in Providence, 12 inches in Bedford, 11 inches in Worcester, 17 inches in Greenfield. As you get into this little reddish shading, that's up to 2 feet possibly. And then the low end of snowfall, 0 inches, and then 6 inches in Greenfield. So, yeah. Now we have to talk about the most significant part, and is the title of the stream. We have the ice. So here's the ice accretion. A quarter to a half inch of ice across almost all of northern Connecticut. This is just to the north of Boston. Over a quarter of an inch, getting close to a half inch in Hartford, Connecticut. Very close to a half inch in Putnam, Connecticut. This is a very dangerous situation. Keep in mind, if you do lose power, temperatures are going to plummet all day on Sunday. We're going to start off, especially down in southern Connecticut and in very southern New England. You guys are going to make a run at 50 degrees, and by the afternoon, you guys are going to be down into the 20s. So we have a very major cold blast coming through. Greenfield, you guys are going to basically stay all snow, but I'm very concerned in this red shading for some significant ice. So in 6 hours snowfall, nothing in the next 6 hours. Here's the timing for starting. Between 6 and 9 p.m. from west to east, so Hartford, Connecticut, and Windsor Locks, all of northern Connecticut, about 7 p.m. the snow starts, is the forecasted start time. Greenfield, 6 p.m. Nantucket, about 9. The ending time of the precip, you guys aren't going to stay snow for a long time, but in this area, it has times for ending, but it's not in, like, any colors, so this could go on for a little longer. Here's the conditions. I don't think... Oh, wait, here we go. This is probably gonna work. Hopefully it works. Alright, so here is the severity index. Some major across a good swath of Connecticut. Moderate to major across most of the region, excluding Litchfield County in Connecticut, all of southern Connecticut. So those are the areas, and including the Cape. Those are the areas where it's minor in severity, but major for this includes Hartford, just to the north of Boston, and includes Greenfield. So yeah. So I'm just gonna go back here. We're gonna click on Ohio just to see what it's gonna be like there. I know it just started snowing in Cleveland. Cleveland, you guys are under a winter storm warning. Columbus could pick up one of their biggest snowstorms in quite some time as well. So yeah. So yeah, winter weather. Let's see how much this National Weather Service is forecasting for them. Oh wow, that's a pretty good swath of snow. Cleveland is being forecast for 8 to 12, but Akron 12 to 18. Canton 8 to 12. So yeah, that's the forecasted. This is what the high end would be. For Cleveland, the high end would be about 13 inches. Youngstown 19 inches. So yeah, this could be a pretty good snowstorm. That's the high end. And let's see what the low end of snowfall is. Cleveland, the low end for you is 7 inches here, getting at least 7 inches of snow. And Youngstown, your low end is 9 inches. So let's check out the ice forecast. Not expecting any ice over here. It's going to be an all-snow event. Here's some of the long-range models. Yeah, we're going to be below average. The next 6 to 10 day temp outlook is very much below average for a good swath of the U.S. But look here, in the areas that are below average temperature-wise or above average for precipitation, so that can mean some snowstorms in the 8 to 14 temperature outlook. Below average for most. This is basically for half the country. It's below average, and you could see a below average precip, but up here in New England, we could be above average precipitation-wise. Alright, so here we go. We're going to look at the Storm Prediction Center for today. We do have a slight risk of some severe weather across most of Alabama, across Georgia, Florida, and Mississippi. We also have a marginal risk for the North Carolina coastline. Marginal risk that extends, it looks like Orlando's right on the line for that. And then the tornado threat today. Tornado threat for the North Carolina coast. 5% chance in these areas under the brownish color. That includes Birmingham, Montgomery, Mobile, Columbus, Georgia, Tallahassee. The area in the green is New Orleans, Atlanta, Tampa, St. Pete, and Huntsville. So the wind threat is also high as well. Same areas that are included. And here's the hail threat. No hail threat, so that's good news. We do have a tornado watch out here Alabama. So yeah. Now we're going to take a look at the forecast models for Winter Storm Harper. And some of the, I just want to say one thing. Since I'm in Connecticut, I've been checking out what's going to be happening for Connecticut a lot. And I live basically in the Connecticut River Valley, where it stays colder during these storms longer. And they're showing, some of the models are showing parts of the Connecticut River Valley getting above freezing for quite some time and switching to rain. I think most of the meteorologists in my state are saying, especially in the Hartford, the Connecticut River Valley, I think it'll be a basically significant freezing rain and sleet event, because it takes longer for us in the valley to warm up. But it's like all around us, it's like 6 to 8 inches, and then right where we are, it's like 6 to 10. But that includes sleet. So this is the brand new GFS that just came out about an hour ago almost. Basically, all of Connecticut starts as snow. All of New England starts the storm off as snow. Northern New England will stay all snow. But then you got this rain that comes in. I think this will likely be a ton of freezing rain. I don't think it'll be heavy rain across all of northern Connecticut. Southern Connecticut, I do think it'll be heavy rain, and including Boston. I think Boston's probably gonna get some ice and sleet, and all this yellow, that could be some sleet mixed in as well. And then it continues out. Coastal Maine could be getting some good icing, and then it pulls away with some snow on the backside. So if we take a look at the total amount of snowfall, here's the newest GFS. It shows New England, northern New England getting good storms, southern New England, especially by the coastlands, southern Connecticut, Rhode Island, the Cape, not getting much. I do think there could be a good deal. Probably my forecast for northern Connecticut points up, it'll likely be 4 to 7 inches, maybe a few local 8-inch amounts for northern Connecticut. In Massachusetts, in this area of Massachusetts, I do expect 8 to 12 inches locally, up to 14 inches. So yeah, we'll take a look at the new Canadian model. Yep, Canadian model's pretty good with it too. It shows basically northern Connecticut points up get over a half foot of snow. Southern Connecticut and points down get 3 inches or less. I don't think the FV3 GFS will go this far. Yeah, FV3 GFS isn't going that far, but you can see where cold air will get trapped in this hole here. But we could check what the NAM models will show. I already saw these earlier. We're just gonna go to the end of the storm. Yep. So it shows a swath of 6 to 10 across northern Connecticut. Coastal Maine could be getting a good amount of snow as well. And then here is the NAM 3KM. Again, basically, I feel like the NAM models have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. It shows this wedge in here in Connecticut, basically almost right over me, for the River Valley for some more sleet and freezing rain. Look at Fitchburg. This is like right near Fitchburg, Massachusetts, possibly up to 20 inches. So, yeah, I think the NAM 12KM and the 3KM both have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. From, we'll say the Cape, I'll draw a line actually. Here. From basically, dang it. Blue, I gotta switch the color real quick. I'll just do red, I guess. From right here, all of southern Connecticut, and then points south, it'll be hard to even get 1 inch. So my forecast for this area would basically be maybe 1 to 2 inches at most, maybe some isolated 3 or 4 inches. It'll be very tough to get some snow there. But for this area, I do think these are pretty good, maybe a little overdone. Hello. Some of these areas in Connecticut, like here in Litchfield County, I do think 13 inches might be a little overdone. But in Massachusetts, I think it's perfect. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this winter storm. But the icing threat will be also very significant. I'll draw an area that I think the most significant icing will fall. I do think coastal Maine could, and just so you know, in coastal Maine, that's not all snow. That's including sleet and freezing rain. And this is the area that I do expect to get the most significant icing. There could be some locally up to a ½ inch or greater. Not much, just keeping up with the storm. But yeah, I do think maybe parts of Rhode Island, southern Connecticut, maybe even a little bit in New York City could get a little glaze of ice, but I definitely think New York City could be mostly rain. Once you get up into northern New England, it'll be more snow. Nice. And here's how sharp the grade hand is too. So I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh is like right here. To the north of Pittsburgh, you got 12 to 18 inches. To the south of Pittsburgh, you got less than an inch. So that's just a sharp gradient. So it's basically like a 20-mile stretch or something that you can go from an inch to a foot and a half. And here's another sharp gradient. Northern New Jersey, which is right here, to southern New Jersey, a foot of snow to nothing. So, yeah. This warm air is going to be stubborn. So, what's going to happen with this ice is there's going to be... Oops, messed that up a little bit. I should have kept my area with icing on it. There's going to be this little area that'll be below freezing for Sunday morning into afternoon, and then it will extend up into Maine, coastal Maine. But what will end up happening is there's going to be a warm layer aloft. So basically, this entire area, there will be warm air aloft above freezing. So yeah, basically from the entire ice area, south, including the Cape, I just didn't circle it, it'll be above freezing about 5,000 to 7,000 feet aloft, which will cause, and it will be a pretty thick layer of warmer air, which will cause the snowflakes to basically completely melt. And then at the surface, temperatures are below freezing, so it'll stick on contact, which causes freezing rain. So yeah, that's basically it for the stream, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I might do a little update later on, but if not, stay safe out there.